Hi guys, and welcome to episode 3 of the Spfl RTG. Sorry the wait between episodes has been a wee bit, but as you can see we've had a bit of grinding going on off camera. Didn't want to show every single game that we've been doing, but there's been a couple of updates to the team since the last episode, and we'll just run through a couple of the stats. So of course we just got the inform Jack Butland. We've completed a few different evolutions as well. Arguably we should add a couple more informs in the team at this point, but you know what EA are like when it comes to giving the Scottish Premiership any special cards. In terms of the evolutions that were completed, I'll run through them very quickly. So the one where you can take a card up to a maximum 82 rating, of course, went to Kyogo. The intro evolutions on Callum McGregor. The one which turns it into Matuidi went on Diamande. You knew about Raskin and Tavernier anyway. I put the centre-half pace boost on Proper, but that was before the boost to the right-back evolution came out, which Casemiro qualified for, and I thought he was by far the best option because he can actually play centre-half as well as right mid, so there's a few bit of evolution potential there. I promise this isn't a Rangers RTG. We will use other players later on. As you can see, we have accumulated enough points to enter the Champs playoffs, which I will be doing in the next video. And then when we get to Champs, hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll just show the highlights throughout that and what rank we end up getting instead of showing all of the games instead. But without further ado, straight into the first Rivals game, which we've been getting a little bit of joy in Rivals. So as you can see, it's a very nice team. He's actually got a lone Diego Forlan up top, but on top of that, he's got a few nice cards in the team. That Diogo Jota, for example, Mickey van de Ven. But it's actually us that get the opening goal. Callum McGregor wins the ball back, gives it to Kyogo. Dyson Maeda hits the byline, and then, you know, little cut back across for Kyogo. Lovely stuff. Well, some people might not like cutbacks, but anyway, second goal of the game comes from us again. A little bit of patient build-up play this time. McGregor out to Tavernier, finds Czerny, a little layoff to Kyogo, and a little fake drag back to leave the defender, Vicky van de Ven, in the dust, and it's 2-0. Kyogo, by far, the best forward player, although even Czerny and Maeda, well, they could do with upgrades, still not too bad on the ball as well. And then the third goal of the game comes as well. We win the ball back deep. Callum McGregor starts driving up the park. That little Evo that he got definitely makes him feel a lot better on the ball in every capacity. Leaves it to Dyson Maeda, and again, we cut it back for Kyogo. Probably score better goals than that, but, you know, with the way that it is at the moment, you got to do what you got to do. Then, just before half-time, we do end up grabbing the fourth goal of the game. Raskin out to Czerny, cuts inside, gives it to Kyogo. Nice little pass through for Maeda, and he scores to make it 4-0 at half-time. Then, unfortunately for us, we come out in the second half, we lose the ball in the midfield, and then he plays a little 1-2, Szoboszlai through ball to Forlan, and pretty poor defending from us, to be fair. Allows him to cut inside and just finish that nice and easy. But, luckily for us, we don't let him take advantage of that momentum swing. We win it back with Diamande, McGregor through, and Kyogo finishes off for his third goal of the game so far. Then we thread it through to Czerny again. We're not done yet. Nice little ball roll, through ball for Kyogo, and then a little Travella to finish it off again. I can't remember. Was he already on his third goal? I can't actually remember. He's got a few goals in this game, let's put it that way. And then towards the end of the game, little chip through ball from Kyogo for Dyson Maeda, and he finishes it off to make it 7-1. And that is actually where the goals stopped in this rival game. A nice dominant victory in Rivals. We've been getting a few of those off camera as well, which puts us in good stead to hopefully qualify for Champs too. In terms of progression in the RTG, I just wanted to show you a couple of things. So obviously we've got a little past and present player from the season pass in Ryan Gold. We won't be using them just yet because we want to focus on the actual players that play in the league at the moment. Also managed to in rewards get an untradeable Neymar. Again, won't be able to use them, but it's good fodder to have for any particular SBCs that may drop. And we've got a first owner John McGinn for the past and present, as well as having a first owner Lewis Ferguson already sitting in the club. We can't actually purchase past and present players, but it's good if we've got them first owner anyway. And also, as you can see on screen, we have the full contingent of the Aberdeen squad that's available on the market at the moment. Jensen does have an Aberdeen concept card, but he doesn't have an Aberdeen card in game, so we don't count him towards it. And there we go. We can check Aberdeen off the checklist as it stands. I'm not sure if I'm going to go to Celtic next or Dundee United next and go down and down and down, or across. I'll make my mind up on that as and when it happens. But at the moment, Aberdeen checked off the list unless they end up getting a special card down the line, which from this team of the week seems unlikely. Now, we enter into a little rush game mode to finish off the Tavernier Evolution at that point. Obviously, you saw that he's finished now. But this rush game was one that was, let's say, just special to say the least. So we go 1-0 up early on. Lionel Messi with the goal. This guy, if you can enter rush with Messi, I think you're going to be doing bits with him. We go 1-0 up, nice and easy, and then only a couple of seconds later, a lovely little first time chip through ball from Tavernier to Messi to make it 2-0. Easy goings to start with. Definitely with the team. You would think that we were actually in a party with each other, but with how fluid the game ended up being, but we actually weren't, which is funny. So we get a free kick here, laid off, and then immediately the guy that gives the free kick away decides to half me and get himself a blue card straight away. We lay it off to Roberto. Nice little control there, and it's actually a really good finish from him. 3-0 up already. Good stead, they've got a blue card too. Little throw in for us only a few seconds later. Ball comes to us, through ball, down the line, and then inside to Messi, and you know what happens at that point. It seems like, just like last year, despite the lack of pace, Messi is going to be a bit of a threat, and a bit of a cheap threat at that. And almost straight away from kick-off, the guy's not looking, not paying attention, tries a little ball roll, Roberto robs him, and we are 5-0 up immediately, looking in good stead to get the win. But rush can change quite quickly if you're not on the same page, but it's actually won back by the AI there. I don't know why he left straight away, and then we make it 6-0, and we've only had a minute and a bit's played, basically, at this point. It is absolute domination. Now, Messi did get fouled in the box, and we get a penalty, and Messi dispatches it. No problems whatsoever from our point of view, and they've not even threatened the goal at this point either. And then, once again, I've won the ball back from a little chip-through ball attempt, headed on to Roberto, who finishes it off. We are now 8-0 up. And we've still got 4.5 minutes to go. So this is an absolute massacre on the cards here. And I'm sure those of you that have played Rush know that it's not exactly easy to keep a clean sheet. We do get another penalty. Messi dispatches 9-0. We haven't even gotten to under the 4-minute mark. And there's pretty much no way back for the team as it stands. Another blue card there, as you can see. We get a free kick laid off to me. I give it to Roberto. He does a little bit of trickery at the side, fake shot inside, and again turns inside, cuts it back, and it's actually the AI that ends up scoring our 10th goal of the game. Now, there's still 2 of them left, but it's actually 3 if you count the person at the side with the blue card. First time through ball from myself, through to Messi, and Roberto finishes it off. 11-0 at this point. And then this guy, I'm sure, has left at this point, even though it makes it kick off, so it'll only be down to 2 real players that we're playing against. Messi tackles the player, cuts it back. Roberto makes it 12-0. At this point, I'm not really too sure what's going on from their point of view. This has been an absolute destruction. They do get the throw in for us, and I take my time, just deciding I don't want to give the ball away. I'd rather keep the clean sheet if I can, because they're quite rare. I give it to Roberto. He swings it in. Bicycle kick from Messi, and it's 13-0. And at that point, they actually left, so there was one guy left and he wasn't moving, so I just rubber banded. We ended up going to 19-0. I didn't want to stat boost, that's why I rubber banded for Tavernier, but we all ended up getting 10s out of 10s anyway, along with the goalkeeper actually getting an 8, so a 19-0. I don't know if anybody will have been able to catch that on camera so far in terms of any RTGs or anything really in terms of gameplay. However, the next video that I want to do will be doing the results of the qualifiers for champs. And as I said, if and when we do get to champs, I want to just show the highlights from our perspective of goals, because there's a lot of games to film at that point, and show the highlights that we get there and any rewards that we get too. We haven't had an Evo in a few days, which is a shame. Hopefully come Friday we'll get the next Evo, one or two at least. Hopefully, fingers crossed, it's either a right wing, or left back evolution, because we want to get the starting 11 to full gold as quickly as we possibly can. Although I think it's quite mental with the Butland in form that we're only 4 Evos away from having a full special starting 11 straight away. A little bit disappointing that the leaks that I've seen so far for the Road to the Knockouts Team 2 don't include a Celtic, Rangers or Hearts player, although Celtic did get hammered by Borussia Dortmund at the time of recording. Rangers haven't played Leon yet, and Hearts haven't played Dino Minsk yet. We could end up getting an SBC, but not from any of the leaks that I've seen as it stands. So it'll be interesting to see where the team ends up the next time that we've got a video. Also, I reckon in November I'm going to spin the wheel again to get a new manager, new kits and new badge involved as well, so that we don't have them for the entire time. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, and if you could consider subscribing. Speaking of which, thanks for all the new subscribers that we've gotten for this series. I hope to bring it to you a little bit quicker now that we've gotten a lot of the Evos out of the way and we're in a better position in terms of the players. And if you've got any suggestions, leave them in the comments below. Thanks, guys.